This is gonna, this is gonna be volume 10, part 2 of my Black People Can We Talk series. I'm sure this series gonna go on and gonna be a long running series because we need to talk, man. Grab y'all a seat, and then matter of fact, you can stand because I ain't gonna hold you. In part 1 of this series, Black People Can We Talk, I addressed the situation. I'm gonna link that video in the description of this video so y'all can go check it out if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, or if this the first time y'all hearing about it, because it's so funny. It's very funny how this is not being covered if it was the other way around. We all know we can play the game. I don't play games on this channel. This is not a channel where we play games. There's plenty of channels all across social media platform where people play games. This is not one of those channels. But we know that if this was a flip side, an older white or a middle-aged black couple being beat, men hitting black women, knocked this white woman out, sucker punched her, knocked out cold. If this would have been the other way around, we know it would be public outrage, right? We understand that. We know that. But not only is it not public outrage, nobody's really even talking about this. I heard the vice president speak about it briefly. You're seeing a few videos on TikTok and across social media platforms, which is, like I say, I think it happened over the weekend. I covered it immediately when it happened. But I wanted to cover some other things on it because if you go on TikTok and check it out, it's a lot of people talking about it. A lot, of course, they got some black people that's, calling it out how it's wrong. But a lot of black people are celebrating this, of course, because slavery, Jim Crow, and systematic racism, the same old nonsense that the victim party, aka the liberal Democrats, love to talk about, and the average black. But I spoke in the first part of this volume about the backlash from situations like that. The backlash that is not immediate. People wonder why, and they call it systematic racism. They wonder why black people they wonder why black people are treated the way they are treated in America, which is, they're very privileged. They're able to do a whole bunch of stuff that nobody else can do. But I'm saying when it comes to the workforce or come to the judicial system, they wonder how they're treated a certain way. They call it unfair and all kind of different names. Why they won't get hired for a certain job over another race. Why they won't get promoted at a job over another race. Why they get more time than other people get for the same charges. These are some of the reasons why. This is what you guys got to understand. See, first of all, you Negroes are playing a different game from the people who y'all hate so much, which is white people. Y'all playing a different game. Y'all playing two different games. The game that white people are playing, which is most people, all the other ethnicities of the Indian, the Chinese, even some of the Mexicans are playing, is a different game than you Negroes playing. You Negroes value success y'all value success and winning in life by how much money y'all have, how much clout and fame y'all have. That's what y'all value y'all success by. I heard somebody say the other day, I forgot, I think it was Jesse Lee Peterson. And he said black people don't go to school to be a doctor because they like to help save lives. They go to school to be a doctor to be like, I'm the first doctor in the family. And he's telling the truth. Of course, that's not all black people. That's most black people. They very caught up with symbolism and tradition. They very, very caught up with that. So everything with them is It's symbolic to them. It's not really nothing else. They don't value education. They don't value spirituality. And when I say they don't value education, but yeah, black women the most educated. Well, that's not the truth. But black people are graduating more from college and high school. What are you talking about, Vernon? That they don't value education? Well, again, most black people are going to college for the symbolism of college. And I know that may sound, weird, but if you black, you know this. You can play it. Like, again, I don't play games here. This is a pro-truth channel, right? But anyways, the reason why they go through what they go through, because again, they playing a different game. These other people play the game of, we need to get in certain positions so we can do certain things that's going to better our family and our community. That's how every other race is playing. Black people are not. So they get in situations where they can be a judge or a police chief or a politician, right? Now, this is the bad part about it. This video, and it's two sides. I'm just about to cover one side. I'm going to cover both sides, but I'm going to start with this side first. It's all kind of white people in positions of power, whether it be a judge, business owner, whatever. And they look at stuff and see this. They not going to do like y'all do, black people. They're not emotional like y'all. See, black people have a very low emotional IQ. They're overly emotional to a default. White people and these other races of people are not like that. But we just going to deal with white people right now. It's white judges. It's white police. It's white lawyers. It's white doctors. It's all kind of white people that looked at this and said, all right, that's how they playing it. All right, they not going in the streets and riot. They not going in the streets and march. They not making TikTok videos hollering at the video, which is some of them all. Like I said, we're not going to cover them at this point. I will after I finish what I'm saying. And that's one side of it. So guess what? Now when Lil Johnny, Lil Pookie, Lil Ray Ray, Lil Tyrone, when they go in front of a judge, he watched this happen this weekend. So Monday morning, he got to sentence some young black men they in a whole nother city. They don't have nothing to do with this, but his anger that he had from watching these young black people beat these old white people, or beat these middle-aged white people up, that anger is gonna come out when he's sentencing your son, your black boy. That's what's gonna come out then. He's gonna come out then. And guess what? He gonna feel validated about it. I remember Plies came out with a song a long time ago saying, and I don't like to use racial words because I wouldn't want nobody to use it to me, so I don't use racially derogatory words. I call people by their name. But he had a song called 100 Years. And in the chorus he say, crackers give a nigga 100 years, have his mama leave out the courtroom in tears. And if you listen to the lyric of that song, he's basically saying how a white judge will give a young black man so much time that he want to put in a bag. 17, next time you see him, he gonna be walking with a cane, won't think twice about it. And again, not so much as a lot of time they don't have proper representation. They have a public defender. They be out here balling, putting diamonds in their teeth, 100 cars, buku jury, but they never have a lawyer on retainer. So most of the time when they go to jail, they have a public defender, and their families don't help them because when they was out here doing good, they didn't help their families. See, the white boy is different. See, he's going to have a lawyer on retainer in most cases if he know he's doing something illegal, not to mention if he just so happen not to, he can call his family. And they all gonna help him, and they're gonna be willing to help him. Not to mention the majority of black families, the older ones, they living on a fixed income. They ain't even got no money. They might send him a little something every time they get their little money in the month for his commissary before it's getting him a proper defense. They can't afford it. This is real life what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying, That was one, and that's one way why they get all that time. But another reason, because the white judge, he can't go in the streets and help these white people. He might can't do nothing because he's from a whole different city, but he's seen it on TV and it upset him. Because like anybody else, just like if it was a black person, it'll upset you. And he get his get back, quote unquote, when he's sentencing your grandson, when he's sentencing your little brother, when he's sentencing your uncle or your aunt or your niece or your sister or your son or your daughter. And he gonna throw the book at him, right? That's on the or when he's the hiring officer at a job and he see Emily. It's two people. He need a job opening. And he see Emily and Emily versus Davion. He take Emily because he knows 9 times 10 Emily belongs to a white girl. Or he'll take Ling Ling or Maria because he seen this and he mad like any human being would be. He using his position. And you may say that's systematic racism. I don't call that systematic racism because he not just hate black people, but at this time he's upset. He's prejudiced toward black people because the stuff that y'all doing and y'all celebrating and y'all not calling it out. See if black people came together as a whole and called it out, he might not feel that way. That judge might not want to feel that way and take it out on some other random black man or woman. But because y'all doubling down on it, yeah, that's what they get. Wooty wooty woo. Instead of calling it out, this is why he feel validated in using his position to put a blockage on you from furthering your job, getting a promotion, or throwing a book at you in the courtroom. Right? But that's on a professional level. Let's go to the street level. I want you to read some comments. And I'm going to play these videos too. But I want to read this. I want you to read this comment. I want you to read this comment. And I want to show y'all something real quick. I want y'all to read these comments real fast. Of course. So why isn't people rioting over this stuff? Because we don't act like animals turned out of their cages at zoos. Come play knockout with me. Please do, Kunta. I really hope these people find children here in the city of Cincinnati and the cops as well. True, but at some point, justice will wake up and take care of business. The quiet majority can only stay quiet for so long before enough people say enough. See what I'm saying? This the other side. This ain't the systematic side. This the other side. Where this is gonna turn to a point where these white folks are gonna get tired. You Negroes don't have enough firepower. Y'all don't have enough unity. Y'all don't have enough people. It's coming sooner than they think. Wake up, white people. Time to stand our ground and take care of this ourselves. Yes. When you get done, white dude, had no right slapping a black man. See what I'm saying? And it's nowhere in the video where it shows that. If you believe a white man slapped a black man with all these other black people around, you just as dumb as you look, whoever you are. Now look at this comment. Look at this comment. The same one that called racism for everything, want free government assistance, and destroy their own community, hate crime just go natural for them. Because Democrats need to make black people think they're victims so they can play hero for the black man for votes. Ooh, I told somebody that situation that happened with Mr. William McNeil when he got punched in his face in a vehicle, which I made a video on that. I made a 4-part series to that. I did the volume 23 message to the black man. Message to the black community, and I did Black People Can We Talk volume 1, 2, and 3 concerning William McNeil. Go check it out on my channel. But if that would have happened before the election, Trump might have would have lost. Because they'd have piggybacked off that and said, this is why we can't allow Trump in office. And we already know that the blacks, which they already was going to vote against Trump regardless, But a lot of the liberal whites, and some people, they would have. I think Kamala might have would have won. Let's read this comment again. Because Democrats need to make black people think they're the victim so they can play hero for the black man for votes. It's been working perfectly. It's sickening. Hate crime. Black people hate white people. It's all over some stupid crap. A completely different breed of white people might as well say different race of white people. I was born in 1980. I have never seen or met a slave. Just saying, neither has my grandmother or mother. So if you hate me for what my 8th and 9th grandparents may have done, possibly even further than that, then go for it. But yeah, even you think you have black friends, they are just white. They just white people tolerate deep down. They can't stand you. It's what purpose you serve them. Sorry, but that's the truth. And poor mixed people, I will cast to both sides in most cases. This dude just said something, man. He did some bad typing. You know what I'm saying? So I read it wrong. But I'm gonna read it again, man, because he said he just spoke some power right there, man. Black people hate white people. I hate to say it as a black man. Majority of them do. It's all over some stupid crap. A completely different breed of white people. Might as well say different race of white people. I was born in 1980. I never seen or met a slave. Just saying, neither has my mother or grandmother. So if you hate me for what my 8th and 9th grandparents may have done, because all white people didn't own slaves and all black people ain't descendants of slaves. Possibly even further back, then that go for it. But yeah, even if you think you have black friends, they are just white people tolerant. Deep down, they can't stand you. It's with purpose you serve them. Sorry, but that's the truth. And poor mixed people, outcast to both sides in most cases. He just told the truth. Hate crime. Let's see what this. A bunch of cowards. Don't care what color they are. Cowards. Agreed. Coward that need to catch federal crime. How about those KK rallies? You were cheering, taking pictures. Now let's go ahead on and play the video and this guy's commentary.
To make matters worse, when she is distracted by the woman who is attacking her for breaking up the fight, a black male, this guy right here, ends up knocking her out cold with a sucker punch. This is what the mainstream media isn't showing you. This is what the mainstream media isn't communicating to you. This is what the local news affiliate decided to ignore in favor of telling you about the black businesses that are worried about that woman being knocked out on the street having negative impacts of the perception of downtown Cincinnati. And I just want to be 100% clear about this. Those negative impacts are well deserved by the community. They are well deserved by the city of Cincinnati because their response to this was absolutely pitiful. Now, of course, after a bunch of internet coverage of this, after a bunch of people made these clips go viral, after Elon Musk ended up sharing this with 46 million followers on X, we ended up hearing about arrests. 5 individuals were arrested in connection with this crime at the time that I'm recording this video, even though we see about 20 participants in this brutal, savage attack, which, by the way, was done for fun. One of the things that I try to make clear to everybody out there in the audience is that this phenomenon already has a name. It's called the knockout game, and the reason it's called the knockout game is because all the participants here, they're doing this for fun, for the enjoyment. They enjoyed hurting this individual. This is why when you watch the video, you see a bunch of black people come in from the crowd who had nothing to do with the initial altercation, throwing sucker punches, jumping on the person that's on the ground, and this is all, again, to the tune of cheers and laughter by the overall mob. This is black mob violence, make no mistake about it, and it's absolutely disgusting. And by the way, just from the audio, you can hear the joy from the mob that are participating in this, that are enjoying this, that this is about having fun clearly and obviously. Now, to be clear, when most people, including the overwhelming majority of black people, look at this video, they understand that this is not a moral gray area. This is not an issue where you can look at it from a different lens or anything of the sort. They get that this is horrific, unjustified violence. Again, even if we find out in the future that the initial guy who was initially in an altercation with one of the black people would have provoked said initial initial altercation, which, by the way, there's no evidence for, but I just want to point out, even if that were the case, there's a point where he's down on the ground and a bunch of people in the mob are just jumping him, where this does not become mutual combat or self-defense. It becomes a savage, brutal attack with head stomping and sucker punches and all the things that honestly have become typical of these types of videos. But of course, the angle from the mainstream media is also the angle from the mayor of Cincinnati and from the police chief, who decided to take time out of her day not investigating this particular crime to decry people on social media for sharing these videos, for talking about the stories. The issue here, the problem here, is not the fact that these white people were savagely attacked, including a woman who was sucker punched by a black male on video for the world to see for trying to break up the fight. The issue is all of us noticed it. The issue is all of us saw this. The issue is all of us made this a viral story by sharing it on social media and commenting about how absolutely disgusting this behavior was. Image decides to sucker punch the white woman from behind, and then, to make matters worse, when she is distracted by the woman who is attacking her for breaking up the fight, a black male, this guy right here, ends up knocking her out.
Okay, so I'll let y'all listen to that. Now let's go to this next video, right? And not so much what he's gonna say, but let's go listen to the comment.
White couple was viciously attacked by a mob of black people in Cincinnati, Ohio. A middle-aged woman tried to step in to help, and she gets sucker punched by a man and laid out. And instead of helping, people just kept filming. Man that showed in the video getting pummeled actually had his wallet robbed right out of his back pocket. You know why the police didn't do anything? I'm going to tell you why. From a direct statement from the police officers that, first of all, with the city's catch and release program, there's no point on arresting them. They'll be out in the street tomorrow. The cops are also afraid to do anything like that in these Democrat cities because if there's any criticism personally put upon the police officer, they'll get very little to no support from their fucking political system in their cities. So in turn, cops just literally stand there, make no fucking arrest, and wait for the city attorney to fucking press charges. So the cops in these cities are fucking useless if you have this color skin and you're getting attacked by the other color skin. Cops will just stand there in fear of being called a racist and losing their fucking jobs and getting little to no help from their leadership. This is the result of fucking progressive policies that work for you people. And if you look like this, you better be packing when you go out in that street. The cops are just gonna fucking stand there and watch. White couple.
Now let's read some of the comments. I'm just showing y'all what y'all gonna end up getting yourself into. I mean, it ain't gonna affect me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not afraid. I'm not fear mongering. Because if it get down to that, first of all, these white people is not gonna go out on the all-out war. They're gonna do that. They're going to execute the ones of y'all who are against them. I'm not against them. I'm a man of God, and I'm against the works of Satan. Anything that's evil, I'm against that. I'm not against nobody because they skin color and what they so-called ancestor did to my so-called ancestor. I'm not caught up in all that. I'm a man of God. Ain't nobody holding me back. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a part of that crowd. So the white people, whatever they got going on and whatever ended up taking place ultimately, from the inside, because like I say, what I said gonna have what's happening systematically is already happening. As a matter of fact, I made a video last night, Dear Black America Days, about how these white people are just starting their own community. They trying to get away from you niggas. And y'all cry about that. So call them segregationists and all that. But you know, whatever happened, I'm not gonna be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm Psalm 91 up. So ain't nothing gonna happen to me or my loved one. But I'm just putting this out there for a warning for you internet revolutionaries, you liberal blacks, you black wokey wokes, you victim-minded black. This is for y'all. Y'all and y'all only. So let's read some of these comments. It's okay. White people I know are getting tired of the double standards. They're only 13% of the population. What is wrong with us? Enough is enough. Telling you, we need to protect ourselves. We ain't we try that in a small town. You full of BS. The police have no problem going all in when they want to. So that's pure BS. Now watch the video and see who actually started the fight. But I agree one thing. Strap up if you think race mongering is justified. Hate crime. If the roles were reversed, there would be charged with a hate crime and other things. 5 people have been charged. Rest assured, they're going to prison where they rightfully belong. The guy the guy charged with knocking the woman out was arrested for stolen. But yet, we try to defend ourselves and say we're used Second Amendment right, mean the right to bear arms. We get catch and release. We would spend years in prison. Absolutely. Oh, she's saying that, but yet the way they be typing too fast, and you got to read it from how it's supposed to be said. You can't read it how it is because it's gonna sound like you can't read. But anyway, but yet if we try to defend ourselves and say would use our second A right, we wouldn't get catch and release. We would spend years in prison. Oh, absolutely. What about him slapping a black man in the beginning? I didn't see that. Nobody's seen that. Where is this coming from? Y'all, and that's another thing. They'll make up stuff. They'll just make up stuff to seem, instead of just calling out and saying, you know what, that was wrong. That was wrong. They'll make up something. If they got a video of him slapping him, maybe that was after. There's no way you can get me to believe, you couldn't pay me to believe that a white man, out of shape, middle-aged white man with his wife just out on the town, slaps a young black man with all these other blacks around. You're just not going to get me to believe it. I'm sorry. I have to see it. I'd had to been there, as a matter of fact. I wouldn't even believe I see it because I'm going to feel like they doctored the video because this is what they do, like Mr. William McNeil. He didn't show none of the video when he was slamming the cops in the door slamming the door in the cop's face, arguing with them, telling them what they wasn't going to do, telling them how to do their job. None of that. He just showed when they did what they did. We know how that works. I wonder if they would get charged with a hate crime. I bet not. I bet not. Seeing that you didn't even see it on the news. Wasn't nowhere but Fox News. Second Amendment people, we have it for a reason. Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. But I don't want to read all the comments, man, but I just wanted to show y'all that. And I'm going to close on this video. Here's another video. I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all the other side of y'all calling yourself revolting, or y'all going to cause a riot, or we ready for the white people versus black. I'm about to show y'all wrong. Let's go to it.
Make some rain. Well, I guess I get to be the fucking dick today. First of all, thank you.
Let's go back to that real fast. I want to show you. When the sun daughters of America, of course, that's white people, keep begging for a race war. Check this out. And it really kills me when these women do this, because they're going to be the first one hiding under a table. And and if something like that would happen, they'll be glad to be feminism. See that feminism stuff, what a woman could do, they'll be glad to get back in their roles then. But it's always one of they big little selves, big, long on here with that. And they not going to be on the front line. They not going to be anywhere in the line. They're going to be in the house glad to cook, clean, and fold clothes while we out there losing our lives fighting white people for nothing. I mean, let me not say we. The ones are the ones that's with that. Thank you. Let's continue.
Some rain. Well, I guess I get to be the fucking dick today. First of all, thank you to my brother John Paul King. Go back and watch his video. He addresses these individuals. But now it's my fucking turn. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? How the hell are you gonna sit here talking about the Sun Dodgers want to start a race war? If we wanted a fucking race war, you would fucking have a race war. A war you couldn't fucking win. I don't think you quite understand what the fuck you're asking for. You ever watch the movie The Purge? Yeah, that'll look like a fucking Disney special. Do you know how many real-ass fucking racists are hidden in the woods across this country just waiting for some shit to jump the fuck off? And you're willingly sacrificing your people for it. Why? To be a puppet for the fucking government? The Democrat Party that has enslaved you since the fucking beginning? Do you not realize that the Democrats and the government have been trying to take your people out since the fucking beginning? That's why they enslaved you. That's why they created the Klan. That's why Margaret Sanger and the Democrats started creating abortion. Why do you think your people are the number one people for fucking abortion? They want you gone.
That's why they're trying to sacrifice you to a race war, a war you can't fucking win. And I know many of you are going to sit here and be like, well, it's not going to work that way because I have black friends. It will work that way. And there's nothing you can fucking do about it. I spent 6 years working in prisons. Let me tell you something about race wars real quick. You don't have a fucking choice but to ride with your race. You can ride with your race or you can die by your race. Pick your fucking poison. But that's what's going to happen if you keep pushing this fucking agenda. And I really don't understand why somebody with only 13% wants to sit here and start a goddamn war that they can't fucking win. Why would you want to sacrifice your fucking youth? I don't want to see any of us fighting in a field somewhere. I don't want to see any of us dying over some fucking bullshit government. So I got an idea. Why don't we all come together, tell the government to go fuck themselves, because that's the last thing they want to hear, and stop acting like fucking puppets for the fucking government. Quit with all this racist fucking bullshit, all this race-baiting fucking bullshit. Because I can tell you now, if white people were making fucking videos like this, y'all be screaming racism. But now it's okay. It's the fucking hypocrisy for me. So I have an idea. Why don't you lead by example and carry yourselves accordingly? I love all of you. I'm your Huckleberry.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And that's just what it is, man. That's not what black people want. Even financially, because they don't own anything. They don't own anything. Like, black people don't own anything. They don't have enough. It's just a race war. They would lose all around them. It's nothing they will win in. What y'all gonna win in a cooking contest? It won't be no cooking contest. Won't be no it won't be no basketball contest. Won't be none of the stuff that y'all good in and y'all take serious. It won't be no rap battle. It won't be none of that. In the race war, the stuff that really matters is gonna come into play. Who have a prayer life? Who and their children know how to live off the land? None of y'all children know how to live off the land. They can't even live without PS5 for 5 minutes. They can't go without Wi-Fi for 20 minutes. So if a race war was to happen that y'all steady bucking, y'all letting these people like these rich celebrities, athletes, rappers, fake black leaders, members of the Democratic Party buck y'all up for nothing. Because they going to be in they bunkers and they big mansions. They not going to be part of the race war. They going to watch it from TV. Y'all going to be caught up in that. Y'all going to be caught up in that. And again, if a race war come into play, the stuff that really matters to make it in this world is going to come into play. Who's spirit right with God? Who got the most education? Who got the most economic power? Who got the most system? Who systematically got more power in real estate? And who got more? Everything is gonna come down to what really matters. And we know black people is at the bottom of the totem pole from anything that really matters. Won't be no basketball contest. Won't be no who better at sports, who can jump the highest, who can sing the best. That won't matter anymore. Y'all need to check yourself, you liberal clowns, before y'all wreck yourself. Man, I'm out of here.